well. Jose Mourinho's agent, Jorge Mendes, said during the week as well that Jose is doing a great job at the football club and they're in good shape. Jamie Burgoyne, what do we think about Manchester United after this win? I mean, do you think they're back in top 4 contention?
It's Fulham at home. I mean, it's not like they beat Chelsea away. You know, it's pretty much easy points at the moment. They're not. Fulham aren't doing fantastically well. I mean, the first game back for Ranieri in the Premier League, they did really well, that 3-2 win. But I don't know why everyone's raving. It does upset me a bit, to be honest.
He had a decent performance against Leicester as well, Ranieri, didn't he? But then just lost it against United at the weekend. What do you think's missing from this United team then?
A new manager.
A new manager.
You don't think Jose's it?
No.
Jose Mourinho is a year 11 prefect to me. You know, he runs around whining about respect, and you know, blaming everyone else as soon as something goes wrong. Give him a little bit of power. You know, he's lost control of the dressing room.
I think his agent's statement is a gauntlet to the board. I think for the club to come out saying that they're happy with his work, because if I'm the board, I'm not happy. Like 8th before the Fulham game, negative goal difference, unhappy players, unhappy fan base. So I think this could be the beginning of the end for Mourinho and the club to sort out a payment package. Because there's rumours like if the club get rid of him now, it's a 20 million payoff. But if they don't qualify for Champions League, I think it could be like 5 million. So Mourinho's doing everything in his power to get sacked, so he gets that 20 million. But if I'm the board, I'm going, there's no way you're leaving now. You're going to suffer with us till the end of the season. You're going to get your 5 mil.
Joe, certainly as a Liverpool fan, you know, sometimes it's enjoyable to see United struggling and things like that. But, you know, after a win at the weekend like this, and now with Liverpool playing them next in the league, you know, you must be thinking this is kind of a bad time to play against them now with them on the turnaround a little bit.
Yeah, it's just these two's reaction.
Yeah.
What? How can I put it? The Fulham fans put it best. We're nothing special. We lose every week. I think it was good for Manchester United's morale to get 4 goals because obviously, as Jamie said, they don't score many goals and they haven't been scoring any goals this season. Whether it's going to be a confidence boost, I don't know. It will be a confidence boost. I don't know how they're going to fare against us. It depends on, I think, Jose's tactics.
Part of the bus.
He's part of the bus at Anfield last 2 seasons and got 0-0 draws. So that was a perfect result for Manchester United in the sense of coming away with Anfield with something. Because obviously we were favourites. Was it last season against them? So I think United's got the potential to get a result at Anfield if they put the right tactics in. But obviously it's a big if with Jose Mourinho. What does he want to do? Does he want to park the bus or does he want to attack and see whether he can cause our defence any trouble and be the first side to try and take points? Well, not take points, but defeat Liverpool this season. It's a big question. I think I'm always, when Liverpool play Manchester United, I never get cocky, I never get arrogant, I never think, right, we're going to beat them because of the history between the two clubs. You can never really automatically think, right, we're going to do this. Even when they had Moisey in charge, I thought, yeah, okay, United are struggling, but they could still nick something. It's Manchester United, for goodness sakes. They can achieve things. It's like when people write Liverpool off. With Liverpool Football Club, we're big. It's two of the Northwest's biggest powerhouses, 2 of the biggest powerhouses in the league. You're looking at this game. It's going to be a game. Both sides know what they're after. It's not a derby as such, in the sense of the Merseyside derby or the Manchester derby, but the rivalry's there. The rivalry's real, and both clubs will go in for it.
It's the derby. It's the
East Lancs.
It's give us the Docks derby for the Irish Sea derby. That's what I'll call it, even though that's quite a long name and probably won't catch on. But
I call it the East Lancs.
Yeah. So I think we're in a consensus really that United still are quite away from finishing in the top 4. What would they need to get in the January transfer window in order to finish in the top 4? Is it quite a lot of players or is it just a few?
Mourinho.
Well, say they can't sack Mourinho because it's not going to be a realistic option for them because
the problem is who's going to want to sign for a club that's that toxic at the moment. If it's as toxic as the media making out behind the scenes, who's going to want to join a club? Who's going to want to play for a manager that's that miserable and that negative? You look at the way he slated Rashford. He's pulled him over the hot coals. He's done the same with Lukaku, and
I'm the same with
Pogba,
Martial. Bailly.
Who's next? Who's want to go there and have themselves pulled over the hot coals and be blamed for something that's the manager's fault? At the end of the day, okay, he doesn't play on that football pitch, but he picks the players, he picks the tactics, he tells them what to do. They've got to follow them to a T, his instructions to a T. And if he's not going to motivate the players, if he's going to have a go at them all the time, if he's going to upset them, they're just going to say, so I'm going to down tools, I'm not going to bother. Because really, they pick their paycheck up at the end of the day, whether they do their job or not. Which is when football clubs are wrong in one aspect. If the player's not performing, I say don't pay them.
Fair enough. Okay, so United have had a pretty decent run of performances over the past couple of weeks. Now entering the Christmas period in a kind of decent kind of form. How high up the table do we think we can finish? Let's just go around the room. Luke?
They'll be lucky to finish higher than 6th. Defence is poor. Attack is poor. De Gea's not having a superhuman season. And when De Gea's not at that super elite level, he's getting it. He's getting.
I think
exposed.
for De Gea's case, though, he's got a bit of a case with the defence in front of him. That's not really. Up to
plus
scratch
he's dropped
either.
a clanger or two. Did you not see him against Arsenal?
Every goalkeeper has their off day. Alisson did a Cruyff turn on the edge of the area against Leicester and lost the ball completely.
Yeah.
So every goalkeeper can have their off day. So I think it's more the defence than De Gea himself.
Yeah. I know Mourinho's been like clamouring like he wants another centre back. That's why he's not playing Fred and stuff like that. But if the board give him any money, that's an indication that he's here for the long term. Because when Van Gaal got the sack, he got no money given to him in January. And if the club and him know that he's going in January, what's the point of spending loads of money on a new signing?
Yeah, fair enough. Joe?
I think probably potentially look on course for a 6th place finish, which is regressing back to where they were 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
But the only thing that even that out for Mourinho that season was the fact that they won. You can add the Community Shield, even though people don't really rate it. They won the League Cup and then they won the Europa League for the first time in their history.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that even that out that season. So, but like Luke said, to get rid of Mourinho. But my question is, who do you appoint?
Yeah,
you've got Conte who's available, but he's not had his pay up from Chelsea.
It's a difficult appointment. Yeah.
Zidane's not interested. Zidane's taking a break from football. Arsene Wenger would be comical because United fans just hate him.
It won't happen.
I think United fans will revolt if they get another defensive coach in Conte.
Jamie?
Well, as Joe said, it's a toxic atmosphere at the moment. I believe if Mourinho can sign players in January transfer window, but if you've got a contaminated food area and you put fresh chicken in, it doesn't make it more fresh.
Thing is, he wants another defensive.
I would hope it's cooked. Because otherwise it's just a killer situation, Well,
Man United, really.
Yeah.
You've got Lukaku, who's doing his best John Parkin impression up front. You've got the shakiest defence, considering how much they're worth in the Premier League. Tranmere's Steve McNulty could easily fit in there and do a better job. But you know what? If it stays the same, I'm going to say 8th.